Peace. Hey y'all, hey, Mike Kiana here, and we are right back with another stream. Right back like I never left, rolling on my own, cause I can mirror it a double. Alright, so we are about to do our very first read with me. I got this new book. Y'all can't see it, but it's called It's All in Your Head by Russ. Get out of your way. Now, yo, the way my brain is set up, I'm reading so many books at the moment. It's like I'll start a book and then I'll go to another book and I'll go to another book. So I have basically like 5 book tabs open. This will be number 5. So we're gonna start here. I figured what better time, what better place than to start than the present. So let's get into it. If you don't know Russ, I don't know if you like under a rock or living on Mars or what, but Russ is a music artist. If you want to learn about him, it's a lot of places that you could start. I'm no Russ expert, but he do have a good handful of songs that I really like. And I like the interview of him on $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. So I think that'd be a good place to start. Give you a little insight about himself. He does a good rundown on there. So with that, we're gonna get right into it. Now, yellow is one of my favorite colors. First of all, I love this color. It's real bright, real shiny. One of my journals is yellow, just like this. And yellow is the color of your solar plexus chakra, which is right at the center of your gut, like your belly button area. And that center connects to your creativity, your creative expression, and things of that nature. The color yellow also relates to happiness, joy, and childlike expression. So, with that, let's see what he's talking about. It's all in your head. Get out of your way. I dedicate this book to you. I love that. Usually, like a long dedication, or they dedicate it to their parents or their kids, but this one is dedicated to us. Thank you, Russ. We're gonna start with the introduction. I like to read books like from front cover to back cover, so we're gonna start with the introduction. You are here. If you have a dream, read this book. If you're flipping through these pages, you probably have a little flame flickering, waiting for you to pour gas on it. Something you want to do, to be, to make. There is nothing that's impossible. See, first paragraph got me. This is my type of talk because what I always say, if I dream it, I can do it. Like I live in my dreams. What do you mean? There's nothing that's impossible. Correct. Agreed. I digress. Music is the lens through which I see the world. I express my truth through my music. Music is one of the most pure examples of a higher power. You can't touch music, it's a feeling. Music is the soul stripped away from the body. Oh, give me chills. Music is the soul stripped away from the body in audio format. When you record music, you transcend your body. It is an example of manifesting, bringing something into existence using what's in your head. Literally, though. Making music teaches me so much about myself in the world, but it isn't music itself that teaches me. It's the pursuit of my greatest passion. Whatever that thing is that takes you to your higher level. That connection that connects you to the best possible version of yourself, that helps you live purposefully. That's your passion. So we're gonna reiterate that one because a lot of people live this life wondering like, what is my passion? What is my passion? So according to Russ, whatever that thing is that takes you to a higher level, that connects you to the best possible version of yourself, that helps you to live purposefully, that's your passion. But my success actually has very little to do with the music. I'm simply a vessel that communicates my higher purpose. Connecting to your higher purpose is essential. All the tools I use to create my success in music is easily applicable to just about anything you are passionate about, whether it is starting a business or following an artistic calling or strengthening a community. But passion and self belief are paramount to any endeavor. Your success is directly related to your self belief. I couldn't even get to the point where I could make a song that you love if I was not mentally equipped to go through 10 years of sounding terrible. Sure, now the songs sound good, but that took years, not just of practice, but of delusional self belief. It was a long process of anon, anon, an, anonymity, anonymity, anonymity. I can't say it. It's pissing me off. Hold on. We gonna follow the consonant protocol, and we gonna look this bitch. We gonna look this up. Anonymity, anonymity, anonymity. I'm saying anonymity, anonymity. I'll just say it. Okay, anonymity. And what the fuck? What do it mean? Hold on, let me show y'all. Anonymity. Anonymity is the state of being unnamed, undefined, or unknown. Anonymous. Anonymous. Okay. Where was I? It was a long process of anonymity, putting out songs that no one heard, and the whole time maintaining an unwavering belief that on any given day I could wake up and discover that my music had blown up. There are three essential qualities required for turning your real life into your dream life: delusion, check; persistence, check; and gratitude, check. Delusion will give you faith when there is absolutely nothing in your present life that indicates you should believe. Now, remember, we just did the reaction to I cannot remember his name, but it was the dark skinned brother. He was teaching on the whiteboard, and he basically said the same thing as far as like delusion. Wait. Manifestation is when you get to a state where you don't count on external things to validate what you already believe. This is saying the same thing in different words. Delusion will give you faith where there is absolutely nothing in your present life that indicates you should believe. It is absolutely all in your head. Literally the same thing. Go back and watch that video. It's literally the same thing. And that's how you decipher truth in a world where it's like you find the same recurring themes and truths and beliefs and concepts. Delusion will give you faith where there's absolutely nothing in your present life that indicates you should believe. It is absolutely all in your head. Persistence will provide strength to keep you going. Gratitude allows you to appreciate all that you have in the achievement of your goals, both small and large. What you think about, you bring about. The positive energy generated by your gratitude will yield more blessings, and you will see that your dream will continually unfold. Get out of your way. As far back as I can remember, I've always had pure, undiluted confidence. I was confident in myself before I even knew myself. In high school, before I turned in the test, I would write 100% at the top of the page. Yeah, my teachers were not fond of me. I was voted most likely to make a teacher retire, but I always made really good grades. When I was 14, I started making beats. Although now I can tell you objectively that they were terrible. Back then, I thought they were the most amazing beats ever. Even as a little kid, I was obsessed with being the best. At 5 years old, playing basketball with my brother, I was a veteran shit talker. I had always had disdain of confidence, even when I didn't really know what I was being confident in. I know it sounds nutty, but I genuinely believe with every ounce of my body that I have never failed. You could say putting out 11 projects and not one of them blowing up was a failure, but I don't look at it like that. Where you see failure, I see stepping stones. To win, you need to get out of your own way. You decide whether to be your greatest obstacle or your biggest fan. The secret is being able to ride out the time between when you're the only one who believes that what's in your head is actually going to come to fruition. in the moment when it actually does. That period is when everything can go left. It can make the most confident mind doubtful. That's where you lose. You don't lose to a competitor or to an industry or to a boss. You lose to yourself. Defeating your own self doubt is the biggest obstacle to overcome. At 17, when my best friend Bugus and I started to navigate this musical journey, we equipped ourselves mentally. Besides being each other's biggest fans and best sounding boards, we also educated each other. We acquired a small arsenal of books that empowered us to stay positive, to build immunity to self doubt, and to weather the years of waiting for the rest of the world to recognize what we already knew. I was never a big reader, which is why this whole venture is kind of hilarious to my family, especially my brother Frank, who seems to read a different book every day. But the books that I did read were instrumental in arming me with the mental artillery to succeed. I wanted to read them because they offered me something I could use. That's what I want this book to be for you, something you can use. My confidence or cockiness, whatever you want to call it, isn't fueled by a sense of superiority and it isn't based on my success. Yes, I believe I'm great, but I believe that when I was a kid making shitty music in my basement, that's how I got to where I am today. I'm successful because I'm confident, not the other way around. I want you to understand that I'm not shit, truly. But the fact is that I always believed I was the shit, and that is the trick. Look at me and think, if he believes in himself, then I can believe in myself, because who the fuck is he? Look at me and know that you can absolutely do it. You can instill that insane confidence in yourself and get wherever it is you want to be. All my confidence, all my confidence and success should do is make you feel like you can be great too. After 11 albums, 96 singles, I'm probably missing a few. In 10 years of sitting in the basement, literally and figuratively, I finally made it to the proverbial penthouse. Some of you might feel trapped in the basement. Some of you might be stuck on the third floor. Some of you might not even realize you're in the elevator. What I've laid out in these pages are tools you can use to fix your own elevator, or at least help you to see that you're in the elevator. And then we can both celebrate in the penthouse and shoot through the ceiling of the whole place because there is no ceiling. It's all in your head. Oh, that was a beautiful introduction. That was lit. Part 1. Manifest. Speak your goals into existence. Oh, part 1 is green. Y'all can't really see it. Y'all can see a little bit. It's green. Green is one of my favorite colors. My first favorite color, connected to the heart chakra, love, abundance, green, like all of the greenery around the world, grass, trees. There's so much green. I feel like that's probably one of the most common colors because love is one of the most dominant energies. Abundance, it's an abundant color, it represents abundance. So let's get into chapter 1. Manifest. Speak your goals into existence. Your thoughts hold weight in the universe. Whew. Starting off heavy. A long time ago, this woman told me, you have to be careful what you think because it comes true. You can think things into existence. You can speak things into existence. You can believe things into existence. This is manifesting. Music is an intangible embodiment of ideas that can permeate a room in its beautiful harmony of emotion and sound. It can fill space and enter bodies and minds. It can transport people too. My body is certainly not in a room while you are listening to my songs, and yet I am. Making music is a kind of manifesting. To make music, you take nothing and turn it into something. When you walk into a studio, it's dead quiet. There's nothing going on. There aren't any chords. There aren't any drums. Yet with your imagination, your work, and your belief, you can have a song that changes the world. That in and of itself is manifesting, albeit a little bit quicker ROI, return on investment, than manifesting an entire career, but the same rough concept. All my success is a manifestation of what's been in my head since I was in this scrawny little 7-year-old kid, standing in the fireplace hearth in our living room, clutching a notebook that I written my songs in, and rapping my heart out as if I were on stage. Before I knew who I was, before I knew who I was. Manifesting isn't simply thinking that something is going to happen. It is encompassing that reality with your entire being. It is standing on the hearth and believing you're on the stage of an arena. It is sitting in your bedroom filling notebooks with songs and feelings in your soul that what you write will reach the masses. It is building your dream brick by brick until you have the great wall of you. Put yourself into the life that you want. Close your eyes and surround yourself with whatever you are manifesting. Immerse yourself in that moment. More important than what it looks like, embrace what it feels like. Make yourself feel the pride and joy of walking into your new home. Imagine the thrill of answering the phone and being offered your dream opportunity. Can you feel your spirit heat up? Your cheeks aching from smiling? That warm electricity shooting up the back of your neck? Can you feel the irrepressible joy? Transmute those feelings into your work every day as you move toward what you want. Feel the success so deeply that you genuinely believe it's going to happen tomorrow. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, believe it is going to happen the next day. You can do this for anything, ambitious career dreams, or the beach house you want to buy your mom. Imagine pulling up to that beach house. Feel the car turning down the street. Feel the wind off the water. Hear the palm trees. Smell the ocean. Internalize the warm feeling that will spread through you. Feel the joy emanating from your mom. These visualizations are acts of absolute faith. They leave no room for doubt. Of course, you have to be proactive and put in the work. But when you tap into your own potential, winning is just natural. In April of 2011, my best friend, I really want to know how he says his name. It's Bugus. Bugus? I'm going to say Bugus. My best friend Bugus and I were in Atlanta. He was rapping and I was producing. He had a song called Kali, and he wanted to shoot the video in California. So we went out there with our friend who was filming the video and another friend who was hanging with us, and we crashed with Bugus' brother in his studio apartment. It was so small that he had a Murphy bed, which he'd fold down at night while the rest of us slept on the floor. It was my first time in California, and we drove around LA and up the coast, north of the city. The whole time we were out there, we kept saying, somehow we are going to get on MTV. We fully believed it. I told my parents, when you see me on MTV, don't say I didn't tell you so. But we had no idea how we were going to make it happen. Yet, in October, of the same year, we were on MTV. Manifestation. It was sheer force of will. We just kept poking away at the universe. Bugus was on Twitter harassing Bob Markman, who worked at MTV, just talking shit, which is what we always used to do to get attention. Finally, he checked our music out, and then boom, he put us on MTV. The quote says, anything I want, I speak into existence. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm winning. We did an interview with Sway and Trina. That was the first big dream we manifested. This was the universe telling us we were on the right path. Bugus and I went back to the basement studio and worked our asses off. For years, I sat in my parents' basement working all hours of the night and day. During the time I was down there making music that people didn't care about, I didn't hope or pray. I simply believed that my music was amazing and that I was already successful, though no one knew it yet. While I was waiting, I got this jumbo-sized notepad and a red Sharpie, and I scrawled out a bunch of signs and hung them around my room. I have a platinum debut album. I am the biggest artist in the world. I am the most sought out producer in the world. I wanted to make up I wanted to wake up surrounded by my goals. Back then I had to hype myself up. I wasn't merely hyping myself up on the surface. Deep down, I knew I was as great as I thought I was, but I was broke and had no results to coincide with what I felt. All I had were the thoughts in my head. Those positive declarations weren't secret affirmations either. I posted them on Twitter for the whole world to see. I was externalizing, which is a part of the manifestation process. I wanted to document the before because I knew that I was going to make it. I wanted to be able to look back and say, yep, I knew it all along. Back in 2011, when I was still making shitty beats, I tweeted, $1,000,000 a beat. My first Twitter handle was Russ on the boards. That's what Bugis used to say right before every song. And then I changed it to I make classics. Keep in mind, this is before I ever made a song in my life. I was just producing for Bugis, though those songs are classics. I was announcing to the universe what my dream was. I didn't just write those things, I lived and breathed and ate them. I believed them long before anyone started noticing my music. To me, they were already true. In my head, I'd already achieved my success. That's why most of these tweets and the notes on my wall were written in present tense. People tend to talk about all the things that are going to happen in the future. They say, I'm going to be successful or I'm going to be a big artist. That's a mistake. When you set your achievement in the future, you are already putting it off. The future never comes, and it will always remain the future, and you will always remain chasing it and waiting for it. You need to say, I am successful. You need to believe that so deeply that you are just waiting for the world to catch up. That was chapter 1. I think that's what we're going to call it. This is so good. This is really, really good. I'm loving this. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want me to keep going with this book, if y'all want to hear more on this channel. Let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all thinking, what y'all feeling. And most of all, if you made it to this point, I want you to, in relation to this book, I want you to think about what is it that you're manifesting? What is it that you want to bring into fruition? And what are some affirmations that you can start saying to yourself and that you can post around your wall in order to make it happen and bring that energy into the now, into the present moment? So reflect on that, and I'm going to do the same. And we will pick back up with this. Peace, y'all. And don't forget to live in love.